What is up, guys? It is DadBod here once again with another episode of my complete Kenna walkthrough. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. This episode, we are going to explore the Taro's tree area. There's this entire area behind us rather, that we just ran through before because as part of the story, you have to run through here when you're following like the Taro's like memory to get in front of his thing here when you activate the mask and see the cutscene and all that. And the game does not let you go or explore anything. It does not let you go past like the tree line here. It basically funnels you down here. And then instead of turning back to explore this area, we went up Rusu's mountain in the previous episode. And the reason for that is because there's a bunch of stuff that you can get back here that is not accessible until you have the bow, which we got the bow last episode, as you guys should know, from Rusu's mountain. So now that we have the bow, we can fully explore this area. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get all of the things that we need to get in this area, all of the rot and whatnot. So we start here at the Taro's tree warp point. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to go around this way. And this takes us to a secret path that would otherwise not be accessible. So if you climb over here, you have this flower you can grapple up to. And again, you need the bow to do this, which is why we waited until this point in the game to fully explore this area. If you climb up here and you follow this path all the way around, we're going to access a sort of secret area here. You could shoot this for some money crystals. So shimmy around these ledges. And down here at the bottom, we have a rock that we can lift up that has a rot underneath. And this is number 28. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to drop on down. And this is the beginning of this kind of forest area. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on up. And before this little fork in the road right here, you see this on the map, there's a little oval here. Right before that oval, you're going to want to turn right. And back here, there's another rock that we can lift up for another rot. Or no, this is a log that we can lift up for a rot. So you might kind of notice, those of you who have played Zelda Breath of the Wild, those of you who are familiar with the hunt for Korok seeds, the hunt for rot ain't all that different from the hunt from Korok seeds, although there's like 900 Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild and there's 100 rot in this game. But a lot of the locations where you might find Korok seeds in Breath of the Wild, you know, in this game you might find rot. And some of the actual, later in the game, some of the rot locations involve like a puzzle and stuff like that, like some of the Korok seeds do. Pretty cool. So anyway, what we're going to do now is we're going to go back up to like this split here, and we're going to take the path to the left. And what we're going to do here is once you take this path, you can look up and to the left, and you'll see this little purple thing hanging from the tree. You can use your bow and arrow. As I said, the reason why we did not explore this area before is because a lot of this stuff in this area cannot be obtained unless you have the bow and arrow. So that's why we intentionally came back here later on after having the bow and arrow. So we're going to go straight from this point. And we got a berry bush back here that we're going to activate. Get some experience point. And then to the left, climb up these little rocks. And there's a cat that we can pick up for some more experience points. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to kind of follow the edge of this cliff. I'm going to go around the tree, go back to the edge of the cliff. And here is another rock that we can pick up for another rot. And there's actually, well, before we do that, there's we gotta fight some bad guys. Oh, that rock spawned the encounter. This rock has the rot. Oh, so tricky. All right, so we got our rot. And so over here, you can look up and you see this grapple flower off in the distance. If you come around here, you can shoot the grapple flower. And at the end of this path, we have a treasure chest. And inside the treasure chest is a new hat for us. It is the butterfly hat. And you can command your rot to eat this fruit up here. Give you some extra experience points. So now we want to use this grapple flower across the way. We're going to shoot back over here. And shoot this thing for some money crystals. And to the left over here, we have another berry bush. Now what we're going to do is we're going to kind of go back to the beginning of this area. Going to backtrack a little bit because there's some more stuff that we have to do. So you notice these crystals at the tops of the trees here, or I guess the middle of the way up the trees. So we need to do another thing where we shoot these crystals. So the first one is over here somewhere. But before we do that, we're going to get these berry bushes. I think there's another one over here. And so the point of what we're going to be doing next is you see that there is this forest shrine right ahead of us, or flower shrine, I should say, right ahead of us. What we're going to do here, and this is the first shiny orb that we need to hit on the tree. When you hit all of these, it's going to unlock a forest tier. So again, you want to follow the little wispy path. And there is a time limit for doing this. So you have to hit all of these switches within that time limit. So here, we got our forest tier. And so now we're going to use that. We're going to go back to where we started from to unlock the flower shrine. So a little bit of a jog to get over here, but not too bad. So we got our flower shrine now. Alrighty. We are pretty much loaded right now. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to go to this Forgotten Forest area, which is our next sort of waypoint in the game. Let's make sure I'm heading the right way. The way forward is actually going to be kind of near where, if you recall, a couple episodes ago, we got a hat cart over here. And is near that area where we're going. There we go, we're heading straight for it. So you see up here, we're in another area where we have these little switches up top. So you want to use your bow and arrow. And then now we have activated the door. So again, if you head back down this path over here, this is the path that takes you to the hat cart. We already have the hat cart, so we don't need to go back all the way down here. So we're just gonna carry on through this door, which takes us to the Forgotten Forest. So you see here we have a new checkpoint.
No one knows the true age of these shrines. The people who built them have long been forgotten, but their work still remains, watching over the forest like ancient guardians. Taro's spirit has corrupted the shrines, and sealed the entrance to the guardian tree. I can feel Taro's presence there. I've marked the shrine locations on your map.
Thank you, Rusu. I'll work to clean the shrines.
All right, so you see right behind us here, we've got a cat to pick up. Shoot this lantern up here. And so, guys, this is actually going to be a little bit of a shorter episode. I did what I wanted to do. We got all of the stuff that we needed to get in Taro's tree. So if we head back to our map, we're missing one hat in Taro's tree. Because the reason for that is there's a boss that we're going to fight later on in the game. And that boss, after we kill the boss, gives us the final hat. So we can't get that hat just quite yet, but we have everything else that we need in Taro's tree. So Forgotten Forest, this area is quite large. So I'm going to save this area for kind of its own episode. So that way it'll make the transition nice and clean. So as I said, a little bit of a shorter episode for this one. We just kind of did some mop-up duty in the Taro's tree area. And we're going to save the Forgotten Forest for next time. So thank you guys so much for watching, and hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it was very helpful for finding all of the stuff that you need to get in Taro's tree. And I will catch you guys next time. Take care and have a good one.